Morning. Still July 4th, only now it's 6:30 a.m. I guess to continue from the other video that I recorded earlier this morning, I went to bed asking God, universe, like, am I off? Am I being blocked? I had a dream, which I don't remember, but I don't remember parts of it. But I woke up at 4. And I mentioned that sometimes when I'm laying down, I don't have to be in a meditative. You know, it's interesting. We talk about meditation. I don't know what people think of when they hear meditation, but I happened to mention it to this fireside, and he had this perception of meditation. And I told him that's not how I meditate. Like, I guess some people have this out-of-body experience. I don't have that. And so I'm just like, I don't know what you mean, because what you're describing is not what I experience when I meditate. You know, my technique, I speak, you know, I pray in the sense of like just speaking my truth for that moment, where I'm at, how I'm feeling, questions that I have, and just asking for guidance. And then I stay quiet, put my meditation music on, or I do this even while my meditation music, and then I have my selenite wand or selenite stone, and I put that usually by my heart. And I think I mentioned it many videos ago, where initially I had put this on a abalone shell with my other stones, and I would go through each chakra, and I would just speak words of gratitude for each chakra, and just gratefulness. And then that shifted to where I just used this on my heart. And today I happen to use it on my solar plexus as well, for source of power, and then on my other chakra regarding creativity, because that seems to be the theme this month, about creativity. So anyways, I went to bed on the couch because it's a mess. And I see the waves in the dark. I think I mentioned I usually meditate in the dark. And then sometimes I see the waves as I'm just laying in bed. And I'm seeing it filling up. And the funny thing is that the video that I posted yesterday, it's titled, you know, seeing my waves fill up. So it's filling up. And then I'm seeing the pulsing of the circle right in front of me, the waves in the dark. It's just black, but I'm seeing the movement, just like that, right? Just like that. And it's just filling up, and then this, the black, and then the gold surround the gold, and it just movement. Then I went to bed. I knocked out, and I woke up, put the meditation music on again, and it started off the same, right? Filling up, and then it was going like this. And then because I had asked, like, am I being blocked? I just want to know. And then I see the movement again, the wave, the cycle moving forward. Like I'm on the right track. That's what it felt like. Like I'm moving forward, and it's a new cycle. It's a new cycle. Moving forward. So that feeling of I'm on the right track. I'm like, okay. That's all I wanted to know, that I'm on the right track with these plans of moving to San Francisco and you know, exploring coaching a little bit more, and that's what I'm supposed to do next. Yeah. And then that continued, and then it shifted to, excuse me, more of the, then there was from the top part radiating down, the purple with the gold radiating down, radiating down. So there's the movement of the waves at the bottom filling up, but then there's this, at the same time, this radiating down from the top, with the gold surrounding. So that was nice, because I hadn't seen waves. And, you know, and I noticed that when I travel, I don't see waves. I don't see waves when I travel. Because I put meditation music on when I was at San Francisco, and I didn't see anything. And I wonder if it's because I didn't have my camera to document, or maybe because it's not my space, it's somebody else's space, and the energy, because I didn't take my wand. Or no, I think I might have still, but maybe it's because I was still in that moment of figuring stuff out, maybe. I think this time around I was just more concerned that I might have been blocked. So to see the waves was like, okay, I'm not blocked. I'm on the right track with how I'm interpreting things, right? Like this connection with this person that I met on the airplane, and okay, I'm not blocked with the emotional connectedness that this person feels towards me, but I don't feel towards them. And I'm really believing that it's just this, when you open up your heart, right, and you speak your truth from your heart, you just realize we're more connected than what we think we are, right? And so then there's this connection that people feel towards you, right? Because there's vulnerability has been tapped into, right? Well, and I shared with this person, I'm like, people tend to tell me what's inside without me asking sometimes. Like, that's just what happens. Like, complete strangers will tell me, like what happened with him. Complete strangers, just we're sharing our life stories, right? And there's this ease and flow that comes out when I ask people questions. So so I still am thinking about this new individual, and I'm curious about this movie he's recommending, El Hilo Rojo, the red string, which apparently appears to be a Japanese story, I think. I mean, I tried to look for the actual movie itself, and it was really interesting. And then there's these other videos that popped up. I can't find it, by the way. I mean, I found the trailer, but I can't find where I can access the movie. But there were these other videos that talked about the red string in Spanish. So I'm going to keep looking for the, I guess, a video that explains it. It was really interesting to me. I guess it's a soulmate type of legend. I guess that's what it is. It's a soulmate type of legend. And so, anyways, I'm gonna look into that a little bit more, 'cause, you know, it's interesting. I'd never heard of it before, and then in one of the videos to hear that it's a Japanese, I don't know if it's a myth or just a story. You know, I believe that there's truth in every story. I don't have it here, but there's this book that I'm reading right now. It's called Running Wild, The Wild Woman something running with wolves. It's in my purse, which is not here. It's pause. And pause. Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype by Clarissa Pincola Estes. Doctor. It's an incredible book so far. And yeah. It's a really great book about stories. And she's a psychoanalyst, a Jungian psychoanalyst as well. So I'm liking the book a lot. So anyways, I wanted to speak to that because I saw the waves. I'm really excited. I get excited when I see the waves. I feel like it's been a while. It's been like over a week that I had not seen the waves. But I've been traveling too, so it's reassuring that I'm on the right track, you know? And, oh my gosh, that's what that looks like. Let me show you. When I see my waves sometimes, and I say I see waves, I mean, I was trying to look for the, so in the dark, this thing right here, it's just the title. I'm gonna press play. I was looking up the red string. It's called The Red String of Fate, the Soulmate Connection Tale. And so I was trying to listen to it. But I just saw the circle and the movement of the circle, and it's where the title thing is for this particular video. But I'm letting it play, so that's sometimes how I see like the movement around. So it's like this. Oh, you can't see it. But that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Like the not that it's fire. I mean, in here it looks like fire, but the movement is what I'm focusing more on. The movement. And it's not a complete circle sometimes that I see. It's not a complete circle that I see. I don't know if you guys can see the movement. But that's kind of like that's what it looks like sometimes when there's that circle, or it's parts of that. So like the bottom part is like what it looks like when it radiates, or when I'm looking at the waves. I don't know. I guess I'm still seeking my waves. I'm still seeking them to a certain degree. But anyways, I also wanted to share that these are some of the paintings of people who painted me when the nude modeling. So there's this one from my behind, this one from my side, this one I really love. Someone really focused on my back. I love this one. Yeah, and then there's, you know, just people who tried their best. I love it when people just give me their art. I don't want to choose. I was explaining to my sister and my sisters that I don't like to choose. You know, if the artist, right, offers me theirs, I will accept it, but I won't take or pick one, because I know what that feeling is like to you know, especially when you're learning how to draw, and then you create something that's so great and then get it taken away. Like, I don't want to do that to someone because I know that feeling. And so I told them, I'm like, I know that I can potentially pick one, but as an artist myself, I don't like to do that. Just because, you know, when you're still insecure about how you draw and paint, and then you do something that's really good, you kind of want to hold it for you, you know? But anyways, the other common theme was indulgence. The video that I'm about to post is when I'm turning 40 and I'm indulging in eating that day. So I did that because I have been indulging since that day. I got taken to Monty's in LA. I kept this because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a In-N-Out for vegans, and I put it to the test. Like, my good friend Rams took me there, and I was like, I'm gonna put this sucker place to the test to see if it's really vegan, right? And every ingredient, if it's vegan, even the bread, in terms of just because I'll get burning sensation on my face if it's not, and I'll start breaking out, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. No breakouts, no new breakouts from. It was the bomb. It was so good. The tater tots, animal style fries that they have, so good. They had I could have a milkshake. I think that's what I was so excited about. I was like, every time I go to In-N-Out, I was like, oh, I want a milkshake. I could have a milkshake there. It was a banana milkshake. Oh, so good. I was stuffed. And I'm like, really? Now that I'm leaving, I'm, you know, actually trying this place out. And then I ended up crashing at his place because, you know, I did drink a little bit because there was someone promoting their horchata drink at the Pain and Sip, and my sisters don't drink, so they offered it to me. I was like, I'll take it. You know, they had rum in it. I'm like, I just had one. And I got really tipsy, and I think I've mentioned that I can be a sleepy drunk, and I did knock out, so I couldn't drive home. And I don't remember the last time that something like that happened, to be honest with you. So the following morning I was with my good friend Remsen. Then he takes me to this burrito place that's like freaking amazing too. I love breakfast burritos. Like, that's another like real like soft spot for me in terms of food, just breakfast burritos. I'm like, So he takes me to this really good Mexican breakfast burrito place in East LA. I need to find out what it's called, and I'll put the link. And then right next to it, it's a bakery, and he says, have you ever had café de la olla? And I'm like, no. He's like, do you know what it is? I'm like, well, it's café made in the olla, I'm assuming. But he says it's one of the best coffees, and sure enough, I had it black. It's café de la olla in a pot, this traditional pot that's used to warm stuff up, and it had cinnamon. It was so good. I'm just like, oh my, and I didn't put dairy in it. It was just cinnamon and coffee, and it was good. And then right outside the little place, there was this lady with her puesto, and she's selling healthy drinks, jugos mixtos, you know, fresh juices, vegetable juices, and orange juice. And I'm like, oh, because I had stuffed my face the night before, I hadn't eaten my breakfast burrito, I didn't take my ginger with me because I didn't plan on spending the night, and that mixed drink looked just so refreshing, and it had ginger in it, so I was like, I want that. I want that just to help settle my tummy, and it's always refreshing and good when you give your body, you know, something like that. So I had that too. So it was definitely an indulging, like back-to-back indulging. And then I'm telling him, because I had told him that I was moving, and I'm like, why are you showing me these places now? Like, now I'm just like, oh, do I really want to leave? And then he's just like, good, it's working. I'm like, no, like I need to go. I'm being called to go. But it was a nice treat to indulge in the community in East LA, and just feel this connectedness, right, to culture in a way that I hadn't experienced it before, or given myself permission really to venture out and experience it. So I was grateful for that. So now I know. Now I know. So yeah, so that's what happened. And I just wanted to provide a follow-up update. Still July 4th, only that it's now, you know, it was like 6:30 I think when I started. So I need to clearly do something about my space. I have a lot to do, so I'll just leave it at that. There's more, but maybe for another day. Okay, bye. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So